past weekend has been Star Wars Celebration. To be honest, for whatever reason, I didn't really have any idea that it was happening this year. I don't know, that's just me. Anyway, it happened, and I was pretty blown away by the news that came out of it. It's very exciting. Yeah, lately, ever since The Rise of Skywalker came out, I felt like, Disney has had some good content come out, but post The Rise of Skywalker hasn't really been the same. Some of it's felt unfocused, like the Book of Boba Fett, or, could have been done another way, like more grander in scale, But I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love The Mandalorian, which, by the way, I'll try to do a review for when the whole season is out. Andor is phenomenal, obviously. And now these new announcements for these new Star Wars movies have the potential to bring Star Wars back up here a little bit. Again, I'm for the most part happy with what we've been getting. I just think that, Disney's been looking at the most extreme negative fan reactions and felt like they need to course correct. And so Star Wars has been kind of on wobbly ground in the last few years. But I think they're about to get a hang on things once again. They're going back to movies. Yes! I miss the Star Wars movies. Love the shows. My favorite being The Mandalorian, but the movies, they are gonna knock the ball out of the park with these new projects. Let's start talking about my favorite bit of news to come out of this. Daisy Ridley's return as Rey. I was so happy reading that news. Rey's a nice character. Daisy's a nice actress. She's one of my favorite actresses. I'm so glad that they're continuing her story. In a movie directed by, I apologize in advance if I pronounced the name wrong, Sharmeen Abad-Chinoy, who directed two Miss Marvel episodes. Little side note, Miss Marvel, I watched the whole season of Miss Marvel. A great example of a superhero teen coming of age story, and I hope to see more of that kind of stuff in media. The teen, we've had a lot of Spider-Man stuff, and I hope to see more different teen superhero coming of age stories on small screens and big screens. But anyway, back to Star Wars. So this movie is set 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker. So I'm glad that they're finally tackling some stories post-sequel trilogy era. This movie's supposed to be about Rey once again picking up where Luke left off, building the Jedi Order back. And I can't wait to see the potential that story has. I'm so glad Daisy's back. She's getting another shot at playing her character, and I particularly wanted this to happen pretty much. Like, I was hoping some of the actors, maybe her, John Boyega, someone can come back, because personally, The Rise of Skywalker is my absolute least favorite Star Wars movie. I'm just saying, it's not my cup of tea. So I'm glad to see that her character story is continuing after that movie. Otherwise, I like the rest of the sequel trilogy. And then we have the opposite of that coming out. We have a movie directed by James Mangold, Logan and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny director, directing a Star Wars movie, which is not only set before the new Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie post-sequel trilogy, but set before every single big screen and small screen event in the Star Wars universe ever. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years before the Skywalker saga. And it's going to be about the beginnings of the Jedi Order, where it started. Interesting duality. They got a movie coming out about the most recent history of the Jedi, and then there's a long time ago movie coming out post-prequel era. This is a prequel about the beginnings of where the Jedi came from. So I love this. I love that the movies, not only we're getting movies back, but we're exploring more of the history of the Jedi, where their order came from, how they got. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be like watching like a history unfolding in some way. I mean, all of Star Wars is based on real life history and politics, but it's good to get a little history lesson on the Jedi in this widely successful sci-fi franchise. So I like all the spy stuff in Andor. I love the spaghetti western corny stuff in The Mandalorian. And now we're getting mythical stories told, more of that area being told with the James Mangold movie and the Shameen Abad Shinoy movie, taking place on completely opposite ends of the Star Wars timeline. So that is cool. And then right in the middle of all this, we have a Dave Filoni movie, a Dave Filoni directed movie, I should say, coming out, which will be the culmination of all the, I guess they call it the Mandoverse events. All the events we've seen in The Mandalorian, and I guess the Book of Boba Fett as well. All these events coming together into this movie that's set in the current timeline that we're in. Before the rise of the First Order, after the fall of the Empire. So that should be good. To me, that sounds like it's going to be like an Avengers Endgame kind of movie event. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what the movie's premise is going to be all about. I wonder if we're getting back Moff Gideon. Which is not a spoiler for season 3 of The Mandalorian. I'm just saying I wonder if we're going to get Moff Gideon back for this movie. It's a possibility. He's a great villain. He's one of the best villains in Star Wars, especially for the small screen. His character works. And I do hope we see more of him. And we'll see. Maybe pretty soon. I don't know. And then I want to talk about this real quick. Skeleton Crew, which is gonna be, sounds like one of the more unique Star Wars projects to come out. A movie about, I guess, children? Maybe journeying through the Star Wars universe. It sounds like a Goonies style Star Wars adventure. I mean, I don't know the whole plot. I guess, nobody does yet. I'll have to watch any recorded interviews from Star Wars Celebration to learn more about that. But that should be an interesting one. That one sounds like it's going to be for kids, for kid viewers, or I don't know. This is the one thing that I need to do my research on a little bit more. Because honestly, all this other stuff I talked about already got my attention the most. But this, I am interested to see where this project goes. This is very much not what Star Wars has done before. I mean, Star Wars has always been for kids. Never has it been strictly about child characters. Again, it sounds like it's going to be like a Goonies type adventure, or something like that. So that should be exciting. All of this is exciting, really. It made me so happy to have all this information, boom, and get hit by it over this Easter weekend. So the last thing I'm gonna do is, I can't believe I haven't done this yet. I have not seen the Ahsoka trailer, but that is a show I'm very much looking forward to. Once again, we need more of the mythical Jedi side of Star Wars being told. Disney's going to do a great job of exploring that more with both the movie projects that I already talked about and now with Ahsoka. Yeah, because I'm going to be honest, other than The Mandalorian, I think this is the next show that I'm most excited for. So let's take a look at this trailer.
Something's coming. Something dark. I sense it.
Ooh.
This is a new beginning. For some, war. For others,
The effects are so great. Every single Star Wars project.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers.
Mon Mothma's great in Andor. Thrawn.
As heir to the Empire.
She's back.
We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Ooh.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
August, okay. Yeah, I'm getting Andor vibes from this. Mon Mothma's coming back, so that's good. I don't know if this will have the same tone as Andor. Maybe it will, but with a more Jedi twist on things. Live action Ahsoka, she was great in The Mandalorian. And ever since that episode, that one episode she was in The Mandalorian, titled The Jedi, I've been very much looking forward to this show. I want to see more of this character played by Rosario Dawson, and gonna be very hyped. I'm already hyped, but I'm gonna be very hyped, particularly when the show arrives. So this is great. Things are great in the world of Star Wars. After some wobbly execution in some of the projects on the small screen, not terrible, just wobbly is the word I'll use. Star Wars is gonna get back to full power. That in my mind it was at before The Rise of Skywalker. Can't wait to go to see where this news goes with the new movies, and I can't wait to watch this TV show. And I'll see you at the next React.